Hello everyone, I Gitanjali Kamra Raghuvanshi, Assistant Professor from the Department of Computer Applications at BSSS College, Bhopal. So today we are going to learn about software and its types. So let's begin. So dear friends, softwares, as we all are aware with this term, but basically we are unaware with the actual meaning of softwares. So softwares are the interface between the users and the hardware. We are the users who uses the software, and the hardwares are like monitor, keyboard, mouse. So without software, we cannot interact with the hardware. We cannot work over the hardware. So softwares are the interface. They are working as a mediator between the users and the hardwares. So let's talk about the softwares. As you can see here, the softwares resides on the disk and it comes when it is needed. So let's proceed. We have majorly two categories of software, the application software and the system softwares. So let's talk about the system softwares. System softwares are the softwares that are designed to provide a platform or other softwares. These are the softwares which basically work for the system. For example, antivirus, compilers, operating systems. So system softwares are having an intention to work for the system, not for the user. Next, let's talk about the application software. So application softwares are the software which are made for the users. They are the applications which work for us. Means they are the applications, or in short we call it as app, that perform the specific task for the end users. Means we are the end users. So these are two different types of software which are very popular. So now let's talk about the translators. Translators are the converters. Basically, they are also called as language translator. Why so? Because they convert a high-level language into a low-level language. Translators basically converts a source code which is written in a high-level language, and it provides us the object code, or we can say a target code, which is written in a low-level language. Now exactly if I'll talk about the high-level language, so any language except your binary language is a high-level language. When it converted into a low-level language, it takes a form of binary code or a code which is get understandable by the machine. So we can also call it as a machine code. Fine. So language translator is a program which is used to translate the instructions that are written in the source code into the object code. That is our target code. Let's talk about the role of a translator. So as I mentioned, that translator basically converts the high-level code into low-level code. So you can see that it is translating the high-level language programs into the equivalent machine language program. Then translator also provides the diagnostic messages, means the error messages whenever it founds in the program, wherever the programmer violates the specification of the high-level language. Also, the translator detect and report the errors during the translation process. If suppose it finds any error, any warning, so it always report the user in form of a list of warning and errors. So these are all about the role of translators. Might be you have heard about these terms. So these are the types of translator. They are compiler, interpreter, and the assembler. So now we'll see each of the translator mentioned here in detail. So we'll firstly start with the compiler. Compiler is a language translator which converts a high-level code into low level code. So what it do basically, it read out the code that we have provided to it, that is a source code. So that source code has been scanned by the compiler, or you can say the compiler will going to read the entire code at once and makes a list of the errors and warnings whichever it has detected in that code, and then it provides you the result with the list of errors and warnings. So what we have to do? We have to remove all those errors and warnings from the source code, then we have to compile it again. So then after it, compiler will again scan the code, again read the code and provides you a compiled code which is written in a low level language. So this is done by the compiler. Next, moving towards the interpreter. Interpreter is again a language translator. It also converts the high level language into low level language, but the procedure is different from the compiler. What it do basically, it read out the entire code not at once but line by line. So what it do? The interpreter reads the code line by line, word to word. Wherever it finds any error, any message, any warning, it stops itself there only. It never proceeds and shows a dialog box, or you can say shows a error message which a user have to remove. Then only interpreter will proceed further. So both the language translator doing the same task but in a different manner. Third one is your assembler. Let's talk about the assembler, a third language translator. This particular translator will not convert the high level language into low level, but instead of the high level language, it takes the assembly language in a source code and then convert this particular assembly language into a machine language. That becomes our target code. So this is all about the types of translators. Let's proceed. Might be you people have heard about the two terms linkers and libraries. So linkers are basically the computer program that takes one or more object files generated by the compiler and combine them into a one executable file. So linker is basically linking the different files that has been generated by the compiler and providing us a single executable file. So this is a work done by the linker. Let's talk about the libraries. Library is a bulk storage of data which not only provides you the browsing facility but also it allows you to add members into it, to build a map in between them, also to build an association between different data present over there. So this is all about the linkers and libraries. Let's proceed. Let's see some new terms related with the software. One is your package software, another one is your tailor-made software. So firstly, we'll define package software. Package software is a combination of all such programs that are having similar features. So, might be you have heard about the MS Office. It is a package of different tools, different softwares into it. Might be you have heard about the Corel Draw suite. So, it also contains different programs that are having similar features. So, these are few examples which I have quoted here. So, package softwares are the programs that are having similar features. So, that's why they are often cheaper than purchasing each software program separately. Obviously, if you are going to purchase a single software individually, it will cost more as compared to the packaged one. This is all about the package software. Now let's see the tailor-made software. So these are also known as the custom softwares. You can find it here. So these softwares are some special developed software See, why? Because they are made to perform some special work, or you can say some special task. So these are the tailor-made softwares. Now let's talk about MIS software and utility software. MIS stands for Management Information System. So here the MIS software is a system design software which is used to manage the information within the computer. So this is something which is mainly used by the companies and organizations to manage their bulk of record, lot many informations within the system. Next is our utility software. You can see here, utility softwares are the program that adds the functionality to your computer or help you to perform a better task or to get a better performance from your computer. For example, antivirus. They work for the utility system. Next is your recycle bin. They also made to make your performance better. So this is all about the softwares and its types in today's lecture. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you so much.